Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you. It's midday Money Monday, the 20th of May. Welcome on into the show. Hope everybody's super duper today. Why wouldn't you be? Pacers and Wolves win. NBA's in perfect harmony. Oh, man, we'll get to those derelict Knicks fans acting insane. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Mr. Sean Higgs on the X Twitter YouTube channel, Sean Higgs Winning Free Picks. I tweeted out my YouTube channel on Twitter. I said, very important poll question today. If you haven't gone to the Sean Higgs YouTube, very important. Very important. I say this stuff to my kids sometimes when they're friends. I told you I went to a little graduation party and I was being silly. Anyway, all right. If you're on the X, I tweeted out the plays already because Twitter, you have a 15-second attention span anyway. So there you go. There you go. So I appreciate you following on the Twitter world. All right, let's. There's nothing to recap. I was really around this weekend. Sometimes, life takes center stage. We'll put the picks here in the chat, and then we'll. I can't even put the picks up in the chat. You know why? I was about to put them in there, and I realized it was the link to the YouTube. So there's that. Yeah. Let's see. All right. I got you. Listen, podcast form, you can listen after the fact, especially if I don't do a midday Monday. You could do the look at lines, podcast form, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to your podcast. The midday Money show's there along with late night Money. That's how I roll. Let's we'll do the picks and then I'll do some picking on some teams. Here we go. MLB is for me 73 and 77. We are down 320 in the video. We'll be all right. I'm not worried about baseball. It's been I don't want to say up and down. I mean, we get up a little bit. We do take dogs. 127 and 126 for me on the sites. I'm up 122 there. So you see the amount of games, you know that they're mostly kind of plus money stuff. So haven't really had a big day to kind of pull away, but we haven't gotten crushed either. We're chugging along. 46 and 30. I believe a 60% clip for total. So totals have been hitting for us. We're all right there. Blue Jays under. Speaking of a total, we're going to come out of the gates with one. We do have this early Padre Brave game. And if you watched the show last night, like you should have, or at least on replay, we were talking about the Braves under run they've been on. We've been on it for quite a bit here. So under both games, sure. And sidewise, I'd honestly lean the Padres. Like I said that last night, they've won, 3 in a row here. Take it the first 2 in this series, which is why we got a doubleheader here on Monday. But again, I got nothing on the sides here. Astros run line, plus 105 here. Reed Detmers has been terrible, and the Astros are finding our bats. So plus 105. We'll talk about that in about 30 seconds because they got the Dodger run line here too to close out the night. Manplay looks like he's getting the start here for the D-backs. I had seen Ciccone, but hey, it doesn't make a difference. Yamamoto's pitched pretty well. Run line Dodgers here, minus 115. Props in MLB. All Ruby props. Going to that Stros game. We got the run line plus 105. Here we go. 75, 108 plus 1425. RBI props have been good to us. Although I think there is a random run prop in here too. But basically all Ruby props. And much like our baseball plays, they're not going to be some even money stuff, minus 105s, 120s. You could do this on your own. You could bet minus 270 favorites on your own, or minus 330 faves, or minus 19 point faves. You can do that. You don't need to come and listen to a show. Some guy to tell you to do crap like that. I sure as hell could tell you to do stuff like that. I don't like taking minus 140s. So props have been good for us. Yordi, plus 130. He's in the 3-hole. Why not? A tidy 344 batting average versus lefties, 3 homers, 9 ribbies. Detmers, if you know, is a lefty, and he's not pitching well. Yordi 130. Tucker 2-1. Are you kidding me with Tucker? This cat 5 homers versus lefties, a respectable 280 something average here versus lefties. He's having a nice little season too. You know we love our Tucker MVPs. Pena plus 150. Not too shabby. 373 versus lefties. He's batting 5th behind Yordi and Tucker. You're telling me nobody's going to be on base for this guy to drive in? Okay, Jan. Diaz Yanner plus 145. Now, the average isn't super versus lefties. He's under 270. I think he's like 266, 267. But he's second on the team in RBIs. So obviously he's getting the job done here. He's getting the job done. 145, we're going to take it. There's that. Astros, run line, and prop it up. Let's go. This will be a 4-0 sweep tonight. I'm not saying to do parlay because best way to go 3-1 is put a 14 parlay in. But I like these props a lot. I wouldn't put them here if I didn't, folks. NBA's for me lately 58 and 51, a 16 and 9 run, not too bad. We'll take it plus 420. And in the first, I'll say first round, game 1s of the conference finals, we'll go Pacers 9.5 and the Mavs plus a 4. I did get a Pacers at 10 and the Mavs at 4.5. I saw on some places. Say offshore-ish, or actually one in Vegas, but we'll take dogs here in the first game. NHL 2636. I got no excuse for hockey. I've been terrible in hockey in the playoffs. Go ahead. Fire away. I'm having a bad NHL playoff. What do you want from me? I'm a human. Rangers, over 5.5 here. That's tomorrow. Nothing on this Edmonton game today. I will be taking the Stars, whoever they play, though. Because Edmonton, I got to shake my head at it. I just don't think this Vancouver team could keep playing over its head like this. But we've seen stranger things happen. All right, the plays are all done. The recapping is done. No Marco. I did a Marcos win the last night from my guy, but Marcos hasn't been here a while. You know, hasn't been here in a bit. I haven't seen either. Lock it in with the King D. Where's King D? Hope King D's all right. He's got a little one. Hope everything's all right there. You know, I mentioned random folks. Your Corey Jones' first comment ever in the Midday Money Show 3 years ago. Then we talk about, Dr. Ward running off with Gloria K. He called me Potato Head. Stimmy G doesn't come in that much anymore. But, I remember people, if you don't come in for being your commenter, because this is going to me teasing Mr. Numbers and T Money in a minute here. Yeah, I do. Mr. Nika's been gone for a bit. So don't think you are unnoticed in the comments section if you leave comments. That's what the show is most of the time. All right. Mr. Numbers brought to my attention he could possibly be deleting a post. I said to, I thought out there. It's on Twitter. But Razor posted like, hey, man, Higgs, come get your boy here. Mr. Numbers deleting post. I said, no way he deleted it. He could not have deleted a post. I'm like, why would he delete a post about the Knicks winning when I think when it was tied, he was worried. He's like, you know what? I'm going to hedge a little bit here and take I think he took a Celtics to win the East because at that point he was locked in with whatever it was, 1,400 to win 300 on the Knicks getting past the Pacers. But then he's like, it'll be a tough one. I'm going to, they were banged up. And like I said, all series, even last series, it's going to catch up with them. They didn't cover. I mean, Pacers covered 4 of the 7 games. So I'm like, why would he delete something when he came in and had a hedge play to get off of that? Well, not really a hedge play, but anyway, I'm looking for a response from Mr. Numbers. I don't think he deleted a post. Don't delete a post. That's terrible. And T Money wants to come at me here for taking the Nuggets team total over last night. And coming from a guy who said the Lakers were beating Denver and there's no way the Timberwolves are beating the Suns. That guy. Tell me I can't be wrong by saying I'll take a defending champion MVP who scored 70 points showing up. Come on, Team Money. Now I Team Money for the taking crazy Turkish soccer plus 330. And T Money sends me before and after shots of his crazy soccer picks. So I give T Money all of his credit. You know that. Mr. Numbers and his ridiculous 30-3 run with the Dodgers, more than 3.5 at bats in the first inning. Sure, even though he's laying 250, crazy numbers. It's still up money. I won't play that. But come on, T Money. Can't get on me for that. They scored 70 points with the defendant. No, who thought that game was going to be a send? I didn't think it was. Let's see what the comment section holds. See if any of our guys showed up here today. Chop kicks. What do you say, Higgs? Jumped on the Padres. I said plus 115 today with Dylan Cease early. Yet day action. Player Prop King is in the house. Pacers in 6, deepest team left. I got to say, I want to take the Pacers money line, and I'm going to say it's tough to go in every game because, I mean, actually, you know what? We're going to be getting good plus money in every game here with the Pacers. You want to take a Pacers plus 340, plus 350, getting 9 here today, 9.5, 10. I see 10s now in this game, by the way, here. There are 10s up all over. I got 9.5 here in the chat. That's what they're going to stick at because I tweeted it. I'm not going to adjust that. I had that 10. Now it's 10 everywhere. You want to do Pacers money line all through the series? I don't hate it. I'd almost rather go Pacers money line than taking them on the points. That's just my thought. Michael B's in the house. Groovy went through so many annoying commercials and ads just to get to the show, but I made it. Were there a lot of ads? Groovy, you got to come. The Sean Higgs channel really doesn't have a lot of ads as opposed to the Winning Free Picks side. Speaking of which, there's the Facebook page. Dennis O'Brien hitting the like button. We appreciate it. I'm sure Davis will come in, say hello. We'll go, of course, Rick Wild and Abel and the rest, Brio, the rest of the Facebook crew. There's Sean Higgs YouTube, Winning Free Picks YouTube. Give them both a follow. Again, I do a little more live stuff on the Sean Higgs sometimes because of, I guess, algorithms and stuff. I don't know. Here's my guy, T Money. Hello, my brother. Ugly card today. I'm going to throw some pennies on the UConn Sunday to win by 21-30. What is this? At 31 plus at 40. Fading to play Caitlin Clark. Yeah, Caitlin Clark. I love how people are like, Caitlin Clark can play in the NBA. Yeah, she can play in the NBA. Team Money saying how the Indiana Fever pulled more fans than the Pacers during the regular season. I'm saying, yeah, for $4. Who the heck's that going? $4. Let's go spend $30 to go to a basketball game, as opposed to $300 a ticket for the NBA. Yeah, and Indiana's bad, aren't they bad? Michael B. Pretty good day as they cast the Pacers future ticket, lost the Nuggets future, hit Denver first quarter, first half, lost full game. Wish I had more than the Pacers overall. Well, the Pacer one was tricky, Mike, right? I mean, they were alive because the Knicks can't just keep running guys out there. I mean, you can win a couple games. They won a couple games. But on the flip side, you got a Pacer team that allowed they dictated a pace to a Knick team that just plays defense. It's got to scare you a bit. Hawes has smashed the like button, took the under early Braves Padres. Yeah, I mean, Cease has been solid. Lopez has been really good. And again, the Braves have not been hitting. Davis says Baltimore beat St. Louis today. Why do I feel like St. Louis is the Plato here, Davis? It just seems like such a low line considering how good Baltimore is and how I think they are. It's not that. And I don't love St. Louis, but a pick'em line here is just odd. It's just, and I didn't even bet it. I have what? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games I got today, right? And this isn't one of them. And everything tells me to go St. Louis because now it's up to 125. This was a 105 last night, by the way, when I did the show. Yeah, Michael. Bam, man, 3 NBA bets. Celtics first half. Mavs first quarter. And the full game Mavs. Love fading team off game 7. The Mavs one is especially good because you have the Wolves in a huge comeback, right, third quarter, and then again, big comeback win there. The Pacers one, it is a game seven, but that game was never in doubt. That was a no doubt route. People are like, oh, and I was listening to another show this morning, and they're talking about like how ESPN was just loving the Knicks. Like, what a tough break when and teams get hurt. Oh, Brunson got hurt. Brunson, they were down 20 when Brunson left the game. What do you they were down 20 points. This game wasn't close. This game was not close. If this was a game like a dogfight kind of game, 117, 113, 109, it was kind of like a grudge match. This game was over in the first quarter. You knew this game was over. Berkey's in the house, thinking I'm nuts, wanting a Braves game one. My thing is that I don't want to fade teams that are winning and bet on teams that are losing. Now they did have a game off in between, but Padres did beat them the first two and have won 3 in a row. The Braves are on a massive underrun. That is a combination of good pitching, but you're also not hitting all that well. And Cease has pitched pretty good. If you want and this is in a doubleheader to me here. This is Padres both games because you got Sale laying a number in game 2, as good as he's been. And I think I told you a little Sale Cy Young at the beginning of the year, and just because I thought on this team with this offense he could probably go like 19-3 or something. Well, he's on his way at 6-1. I thought 19-3 with like a 3.05 ERA, maybe he'd come in and kind of steal it. Well, he's got a 2.5 ERA, but I can't lay $3. Michael B. My Mavs future looking good. I'll be adding a Mavs to win game 1 in the series, $3. It was built to beat the Nuggets, or like the Mavs chance to win the series as long as Luke is good. I think like under in every game in that series. Davis versus Minnesota. Davis likes Minnesota. Pacers in 7. I don't hate it. The Pacers are going to play their game, which means they're going to run up and down the court. That's fine. Boston wants to do that too. We've seen Boston shoot like garbage sometimes. I like the Pacers. I made a play for the Braves game 1 because I'm a degenerate, says Michael B. I got Braves under 8.5 parlay at $2. Braves when they're online between 105 and 125 are 21-1 to the under. They're 21-1 to the under in that situation. How about the fact they're 26-14 to the under overall with two pushes? They're 26-16. They're always to the under. Forget about the line is. They're just an under club. T-Money, give me some O's if it's close. Cards should take it, but I think the O's roll the cards. 10-5 game, against Sonny Gray? All right, listen, I had the Cardinals yesterday, one of my losers. I think I went 5-5 or 5-6 yesterday. They were even money, but again, I was playing, fade in Boston, lost 4 in a row. I don't take Boston losers of 4 in a row. But in a spot like that, then you see a line like today's line. Boston's not playing good. They were only a favorite. What's that about? Michael B. Hockey, I'll be on the Canucks. 145 Canucks are missing one of their main players. I'll have fading injury report. Aren't they missing a couple players, Vancouver, from what my understanding is? Again, I don't really like that series anyway. Devon Hill says, Yankees, Royals, Dodgers, team total all over. Here you go. So you think they're going to score off Logan Gilbert? That. See, here would be like a Yankee run line play for me. Here's Gilbert's runs for the year: 1-4, 1-1, 0-2, 0-3. There's a random 8 spot in there. Just a bad game. So you think the Yanks are going to score 4, right? It's got to be what? What's the team total? 3.5, 4.5? So he's given up more than 4 runs twice all season. Actually, he's given up more than 4 runs once all season. Definitely not interested in that one. That's a no for me. The Royals. Reese Olson. 0-2-0-1-4-1-6-0. Again, you're betting on a guy who's given up more than 4 runs once. I guess he's due to give it up. No, thank you. No, thank you to 2 of those. Dodgers, sure. The other two, not interested. T-Mike says, sure, no, I was messing with you about taking the Mavericks every under, but I will stay the team. You don't think the Mavericks and the under is going to be all right? Both of the guys play defense. Both teams play defense here. I know it seems, listen, college basketball, those, you can't really do NBA and college comparing. Give me the unders, though, in this matchup because we've seen both teams lay eggs offensively, and we've seen both teams play defense, and both teams are defensive clubs. Mavs made their trades to bring in some defensive guys. Minnesota hasn't seen those defensive guys. Paddington has my only win yesterday was the Wolves 155 tough Sunday. Yeah, I ended up going 500. But I had like, let's see, I had like Denver, but then everybody started texting my phone saying it was over. So you see at the top of Minnesota, who you called months ago. Thank you. At least you gave me my Minnesota props. And again, they could have lost. And if they would have lost in 7, what am I going to say? Last year, the Nuggets said in their championship run, Minnesota was the toughest team they played. And then a year later, Minnesota wins the first 2. Denver comes back, wins 2. You think, or wins 3. You think the Wolves are dead in the water. They pull out a big win and then go on the road to win. Even if they would have lost last night, you have to give the Wolves, you got to think they're a good team going into next year. Now, I know you got your Laker biased wall comes up, but bro, Minnesota's a tough team. They're a tough team, man. T-Money. About $4, but showing you're 1,000% correct. I love it. Indiana, yeah, they were tickets for $4. They were on. Someone posted them on Twitter or the X. Indiana WNBA are terrible, and Clark can't shoot worth a lick. Now she got girls that could guard her 1-on-1. You know, I heard guys talking like taking her under points props for the year, and you know, listen, college basketball is one thing. Oh, it's Caitlin Clark. Good. That's great because everybody from that college is wrapped up into it. If you live anywhere that likes their college teams, whether it be football or basketball, that's going to be insane. Hello. The Earl brothers with the ECU stuff. That's ECU. Imagine if they had some guy in the NBA or the WNBA, they'd be going nuts. But when it comes to, hey, we're going to pay and go to something all the time, who's going? Nobody. Nobody wants to see the product. It's a terrible product. Alec Medor, we sold these back. I had Tampa Bay yesterday. Minus 101. Loser. I need more out of Manoa. At this point, after 2 good starts, and I might just have to stay away from him. White Sox, plus 170. Fetty pitching Sox were 4 straight. Listen, Fetty's solid. I wanted to take Fetty today. I mean, you're getting like 170 here versus Barrios. I can't lay down with Barrios, but on the flip side, the Sox have lost 3 in a row. I couldn't pull the trigger on it. I probably should have put him in here as one of the free picks, though. Probably should have did that. I did go with the under here. I did go under Barrios and Fetty. Michael B. See, I like the Pacers fade because they shot 67% for the game in MSG. But I don't. I mean, they're going to regress, sure, but you're shooting 67% because the Knicks aren't playing anybody. Who are they playing? Guys who played a combined 43 minutes the entire season, 5 guys between them? Pacers 3,100 to win the finals. I don't know about that player prop. Fetty won Cy Young last year. He was a Cy Young in what? In the minors? Padres lineup is stacked right now. Well, listen, I don't know if we want to call it stacked. I love Araz. I liked him with the Twins. I thought, hey, good move for the Marlins. You trade a pitcher, Lopez, who I like, but you're getting a bat. I figured you got good pitching. You're trading a stud like Lopez. You know you got some pitching. They fell apart. He could hit. Tatis hasn't really hit that much. Perfor is playing like he's a top prospect, like he was rated like, I mean, that was like 10 years ago. Cronenworth, I mean, he was a Gold Cup kind of guy back in the day. Machado, Bogarts are doing nothing. 224 and 220. Jackson Merrill, the young rookie. Capuzzo and Kim. The thing is that they're playing a little better right now, the Padres. Uh, but let's be honest, Berkey. They're 5-5 the last 10 and 4-6 to the under. You're playing a Braves team that can pitch, but you got a good guy in the hill yourself today. The Padres are interesting because even though they're sitting at like 500, you look at the team like, should they be better? Right? Should be better. Chop kicks. Love the Pacers play. Just taking them on the money line will play itself. Exactly. If the Pacers get one of the first three, you're up money. And I think they can. Player prop. I might take day off today. It was a great weekend. Baseball, a lot of plus money cash. There you go. No shame in taking a day off. Player prop kicks the Scouts baseball playoff start tomorrow. Player prop are going to need you to do that. Maybe I'll have to bring the Earls in to do some college baseball playoffs as well. Brio's in the house. My Facebook fella. What do you say, Brio? Good to see you. Michael B. Brio and Dennis both hit the Facebook. Davis, where are you? You didn't hit the like button, Davis? Michael B said, if you like the Pacers for the series, but the Pacers is plus 2.5 games, plus 125. There you go. That's not bad. I think Boston 4-2. I'm sorry, I didn't like fading huge public side. Pacers play no D. They don't play any D, you're right, but they could score. And we've seen Boston lay 2 eggs versus teams that aren't as good offensively as the Pacers. I think the Pacers are deep. I think this could be a series. Listen, if the Boston goes on to win 4-0 sweep, are we going to be shocked for the team that won the division by or the conference by 15, 16 games? But I think it's worth putting. You want to go 100 a game? Even if you bet $10 a game on the dog, you need one. One in the first 3, and you're up money. You could sit on the sidelines. But you know what, Mike? Here, this is like people want to come criticize like records and 1 in 3 is plus if you can make money on it. I don't understand, but people don't want to see that. They'd rather go. They think 3-0 is easy. I saw. I think Fezzik posted something the other day on Twitter. It was like, I let me find it. I want to find it because it was pretty good what he said. Let's see where it is. Maybe it wasn't him. Who posted it? I can't find it. It was something. I don't know. I can't even discuss it now. I didn't write it down. I didn't tweet it. Dave says, nice to meet you. Parlay all money line. Seattle, Mets, Miami. All right. So we're fading 3 straight win Cleveland. We're fading 7 straight win Yankees. And we're fading Miami, which I get it. It's the Marlins. I get it. Oh, that's Seattle's money line parlays here. I'd rather why not if you again. I think 2 or 3 of these lose. You should just do a round robin, and if 2 wins, you at least make some money. Perhaps the pokes all over the Yankees team total 3.5. 3.5. A guy who's given up over 3 runs twice on the season. Olsen over 16.5 outs should get there. He's been pretty good. How to compare Ant-Man to Luka? Listen, the guy's had a great playoff run, but I mean, you got people talking Brunson's better than Ant-Man because he had a bunch of 40-point games. Well, I mean, he's been good. Is he Luka after a playoff series? I don't do that stuff. Is he better than Luka now? I don't know if Luka's healthy. Right? I mean, you watch Luka play sometimes, you're like, oh man, this guy does not look good. right? Had some terrible games. I thought he was. I said it. I think this guy's got to be hurt. Look at the performances. Look at his numbers in these games. Here we go, and I'll run him down for you. Look at the stretch he went on here. Clippers 1-9 from. Let's just start. We'll go all the way back to a Clipper win. 3 of 14 from three, 7 of 25 from the field. 1-9 from three, 10 to 24 from the field. That's again 41%. 2 of 8 from three, 14 to 26. At least he went inside. 1 of 10, 9 for 26. 1 of 8, 6 of 19. Again, this is 30% shooting. 31. 5 of 8, that's 11 to 21. Okay. 1 for 4, 7 to 17, 41%. 2 of 9, 6 for 20. That's 30%. Here's a big win. 5 of 11, 12 of 22 overall. And last game, 4 of 6, 9 for 15. So I don't know how healthy he is, or is it part of the defense? And if it's part of the defense, well, he's going to have a problem here versus Minnesota because Minnesota Wings, they're pretty decent defensively. And right now, you got a guy in Edwards who's, not a great game last game. 6 of 24, 25%, not good, but here you go, 27 points. He had that 44% outburst. I mean, he has not been bad. He's been more consistent the entire playoffs. Bad game versus the Suns, but take those 2 bad games away. He's been a lot better right now. But are we talking career or right now? I mean, right now Ant-Man's freaking crushing it. Player props is Tyler O'Neill coming in clutch with a homer first at bat. Cy Young in Korea, my bad. No, he was not. Was he really? Wasn't Fetty on the Nats? He played in Korea last year? He did. Yeah, wasn't him? Nats, natty, natties. How about that? How about that? North Ender's in the house. Look at him. He's a premium guy. Just got home from camping trip. Barely capped anything yet. Thoughts on both Sox, Tigers, or Cards? Which one gets me paid? All right. Boston, Tampa, I have no opinion on here. The Tigers, we're just talking about Mr. Olsen here, who's been really good of late versus the Royals and the Cardinals. I'm going to say out of the 3, the Cardinals would be my favorite just based on the line was like a minus 107 last night. Now it's up to the 120 range, and it's the O's. Like, how are they favored over the O's? It's one of those that's St. Louis or nothing for me. Player prop says Devers has 5 home runs in the last 5 games. He's a little hot right now. Listen, you're playing in Tampa Bay. How about you got Houck and Bradley. Got both guys with ERAs under 3. Interesting. Again, I don't want anything to do with that game. T-Money, Stros and Padres are 2 teams that can lose every game the rest of the season or make a huge run. Both of them, you look at the roster, it's loaded, but boy, do they underachieve. I separate the 2 because the Astros have at least gone to, what have they been, 6, 7, 8 straight ALCSs? They're not really underachieving. They started terribly, but you're missing pitchers, guys hurt, and then nobody was hitting. I mean, did they waive Abreu? Where's Abreu? I mean, they're paying that guy whatever he's hitting, 120. They had a combination of stuff for them, but you see them now playing well. So I don't agree with. I do worry about their pitching a little bit. There's no depth, and I don't know how they could trade to get more pitching. The Padres, though, have been underachieving for 3 straight years, 4 straight. They're like the Blue Jays on a pretty beach. A bunch of names, you're paying guys, and you're getting 500 ball. At the end of the season, Houston will be in the playoffs, most likely, and San Diego won't. T-Money, taking the Patriots every game, they win. They will win 2 games off Boston. If it goes 7, it'll be on in there. I agree. I think they're going to get a game or 2 off Boston. I think it's money line every game. Mr. Hill, I think Wolves big have a better series against the Mavs. They can, but listen, the first game, it's Mavericks. Mavericks are under. Don't overthink things. Porzingis questionable still, yeah. Just Hill. Sorry, Emily. Can I do a victory lap? I mean, I don't know if you do a victory lap. We did have them to win the series, but you were big on they're gonna give you flack for them not winning in 6 games, Jesse. Mr. Numbers apparently deleted a tweet, and Razor came at him about it. I have he's yet to respond to that. I'm waiting. I said because that's a guy who usually doesn't delete tweets. So I need verification. I need 100% validation. He was deleting tweets. Seattle's worth a shot in Seattle, but not in New York. Listen, they still have good pitching, and as good as the run the Yanks are, I'm not buying a lineup right now. I don't care. That's just me. Now, when I say this, doesn't mean I'm not, saying the Yankees can't win this game. Yeah, they can win. They've won 7 in a row. Why would I want to bet against the Yankees team who won 7 in a row? Do I think they're going to put up 6 runs here? I don't know about that. 4 or 5 runs? I don't know. Not betting that one. T-Money, Brunson isn't better than Ant because Ant and Luke and Kyrie all show up on the road. Brunson didn't show up in India for more series. End discussion. Again, I don't blame him not showing up. The guy was hurt most of the series. And that was my point coming into the series of why I didn't think they would win. Why I thought in the first series that whoever wins, it would be a 6 or 7 game series. Just like this, I thought it would be a 6 or 7 game series. I mean, he's all right. I think he's better than Curry and Jordan, like people think. I think A-Man's a dog on defense. Luke is a crybaby. They didn't take anything away from his greatness. He definitely whines. But again, you got a lot of whiners out there. I'm not a huge Luka guy. Pat, the difference between Edwards and Brunson. Brunson has to score 40 for the next for him to win, for the Knicks to win. He's better. Yeah. Well, the Wolves have much better supporting cast because again, this is the second year they brought in guys last year to try to get better, and now here's you see the end result. The problem with the Knicks is next year everybody's going to think like, oh my God, the Knicks, take Knicks futures. How is this team going to perform this way? Is Randall going to let Brunson hold the ball? Are they going to be like, we got to go get somebody and bring Durant in or Harden or take Paul George? I almost said Tate George. I don't know. I'm not sold on the Knicks for next year. KBOer. He's a KBO guy. Fetty, who knew? St. Louis or nothing. Baltimore looks like it gets. Yeah, Baltimore's way too easy. That's a no for me. Cease getting knocked around first, waiting to jump on a live over. Yeah, see what it gets up to. Live under. I'm sorry, Michael. Eric, Tigers winning got even early as AM. I'm not. Listen, I got Tigers season win total over. I need some wins. They have not been good. Royals win ticket looks good though. Pacers plus 2.5 the series versus Celtics. A good look. I agree. We talked about that earlier, Jesse. I said to put $100 on the Pacers every single game. Right? I mean, they'll take one of the first 3. If you get 2, you're golden and you're up money. Marcos, my guy, hitting like one through Mr. Nika and the pack. There we go. Timberwolves. He's howling. I told you they were through at minute and 7. Boston definitely wins. I don't know about Boston definitely winning. Marcos, I did a Marcos minute. Well, not today. I did it in last night's show. Marcos minute. Last night. Go to the late night rundown for last night. Early, it's first 5-10 minutes. I did everything, Mark. I did all the MLB yesterday and the hockey and NBA. I like Carlisle versus Missoula as a coaching matchup. I need to hear what Ninja thinks about the Celtics. He's going to say they're overrated. Just got a live under 9 for the Braves game. All right. I think it was 8.5, so not much, like a half-run difference. John X, Earls are 6 as road dogs, but I think they lose say. John, the O's the last 2 years have been a gift that keeps on giving on the road. They mark them as dogs and they're winning 40-something games on the road. They're good. But in this spot here, wow, it was 107 last night. St. Louis favor. It was 107, 101 or something along those lines. Baltimore minus 101. And now it's up to in the 120s. It screams to me to take St. Louis. Whenever it looks that good, I go the opposite way just because, yeah, it could lose today. And somebody like, oh, how easy was that? Well, you remember that easy one, but you'll remember the other 7 you said were easy. They all ended up losing. You know, how easy were the the Dodgers minus $3 the other day versus the Reds that lost. So I'm with you. I think it's St. Louis. Next season, Bucks and Warriors, not the next. The Warriors. Okie dokie. Braves game was it closed at 7.5 for game one. I got 8.5 on this. Like, I mean, I put it on the YouTube. It's on YouTube Premium. Denver said 1-2-3 Cancun. They are fishing. The champs are down. Go down. Go straight. I know if they said 1-2-3 Cancun. What are you talking about? It went 7 games. They were up at the half 20 points or whatever they were on. I mean, what? Let's slow down here. It's like they're mailing it in. The Suns getting swept. That's something like that. I mean, not the guys that are up at home at the half in Game 7. Giants made a lot of money last year betting the O's and plus money when they shouldn't be dogs. Well, that's the thing. You keep getting the O's at great places. And I'm not saying don't take the O's at good price. I think the O's win the American League. I think they're that good. Who's their competition? I'm not sold on the Yanks. They're pitching. Man, what was it? 2 years ago, the Yanks were overachieving. It was, look at this Yankee team. It's great. Judge gets hurt. They can't hit anymore. All right, you got Soto now, and I guess Volti, Cabrera. I don't know. Again, O's, I think, still the best team. You got Grace Rodriguez back, who I love. And I think this year they'll actually go out and get somebody. When Toronto says Gausman and Barrios and Kikuchi and Bassett and all these guys become available, the O's will go in and get somebody. For sure. Yeah, you can't say, well, we can win the World Series next year. It doesn't work that way. Marcos, Boston in 5, Minnesota in 6. Boston in 5. I think both probably go 6. Maybe 7 in the West. They were up 20 and blew it. Yes, they were. O's are the OKC of baseball. They put on their hard hats every night, but I don't think they do anything in playoffs. I don't know about that. Again, it takes time to get that kind of championship medal. Like the Thunder. Thunder looked really good. Be like, oh, the Thunder. Well, they got a Mavs team that's tough. Got some two battle-tested guys in Kyrie and Luka. The Nuggets last year lose to Denver. And I'll beat it like a dead horse, but the Nuggets were like, that was our toughest series. And that was a 4-1 win for them. They went out and made some moves, take the next step. The O's, I think, have taken their steps. We'll see. We'll see what happens. They're beginning to take Baltimore down. I'm not running back to Cardinals, but when something seems too good to be true, I agree. I think we all agree on that one. Eric, they need to move the fences back in Camden. If you ask me, you need a cannon to hit it out now. You want to? I don't know. I mean, the O's still got some guys with the pop there. But just overall, scoring is down right now. Maybe it's still early. The juice ball will come into play. He'll be back by July. Anyways, this is a perfect year for the Yanks to make a little noise. The field is smack wide open, but the Phillies and Dodgers, to me, are the best to win it. I mean, the Dodgers, again, I'm not sold on the pitching staff. I think it's got holes in it. You need some guys coming back. You need a lot of things working right there with Bueller and Kershaw. I mean, Stone. I mean, who else is on that team? I mean, Glass now is a 25-star kind of guy. And the Phillies, I don't know if Nola holds up. My whole thing was I did not think the Phillies would win because the pitching staff. And you got guys overperforming right now. But if you think overperformance lasts an entire year, yeah, Phillies. I don't know how you discount the Braves because they got one pitcher on their staff right now. And they're still, again, we mentioned the under, right? 24-16 and 24-14 the under. They're not even hitting, and they got 26 wins. Imagine when they start hitting again. And if they make a move for a pitcher. Michael B., baseball's different than basketball. Teams in the NBA have to go to the playoffs a few times before they can win. In baseball, you can go from nothing to champ in a year. Yeah, baseball's a little different now, but I do feel like sometimes a team has to kind of build a little bit. Like a team like the O's, we saw the owner's mentality. He traded the closure to 1 year. Then they didn't really do anything last year. Then they made a move this year. But we can talk about the Phillies going to the World Series, the Nats winning the World Series a couple years ago. The Braves win the World Series. Arizona and Texas. So yeah, pitching gets hot at the right time. Watch out. I mean, the Cardinals, they're freaking ridiculous World Series runs. All right. Jays under 7.5. Although we do like Fetty here, he's pitched well, but I got the Jays under 7.5. Stroh's run line plus 105. That'll tie into all of our Ruby props in a second. And Dodgers run line minus 115. Here are the Ruby props: Yordi 130, Tucker 2-1, Pena 150, Diaz 145. That is your 3, 4, 5, 6 hitters versus a lefty, and combine these guys at what? 5, 10, 11 homers and about 30 ribbies versus lefties this season. And Demers is not pitching well. NBA tomorrow, Pacers and the Mavs on Wednesday. Hockey tomorrow, Rangers over 5.5. Michael B. Here we go. The Giants. Yeah, he's got he's had to bring the Giants into this. Giants 2010 just went ahead and won it. The D-backs had not sniffed the playoffs in years. They got the World Series. Here we go. He had to somehow bring Barry Zito into the thing. Had to go. Look at me, Buster Posey. Yeah. Michael B. Love you, Michael B. Giants. All right. Late night Monday tonight. I'll see you for look headlines. If you haven't answered the poll question, only 9 votes. Did you hit the like button? Skippity toilet? Yes, yes, yes. Or Giat? The yeses have won. Giat. Oh, my goodness. I'm out of here.